All right, the other big story of the day, of course, many of you have been seeing snowflakes, but fortunately, Gene, this time the temperature has been in our favor.
Yeah, the temperature was in our favor. The system is moving through very quickly, so it doesn't have a lot of time to dump a lot of snow, so that's good. So it was kind of what we expected, really, although, once again, the band was a little bit further north than we expected. Our computer models are having a hard time this winter really getting a hold of that. Let's take a look outside where it's still flurries are still floating a little bit. Highway 280, if you look real hard, you have to look real hard past the traffic to see a couple of flakes. But look over in Fayette County, skies are clearing nicely out there, and that'll be the trend. We'll gradually see the skies clear, but that's going to allow the temperatures to drop. One other thing that's good is we didn't have a lot of moisture on the ground from what moved through, so there shouldn't be a big problem with icing, except perhaps in some of these locations off to the north and east where it's still coming down pretty good here. Asheville to Gadsden and further up to the north near Fort Payne. In fact, a viewer in Asheville, C. Rollins, emailed me and said it's coming down pretty furiously, much more even than it looks like when you just look at the radar picture. And he says it's much colder out there too than even what the temperatures that we're showing. And again, our temperature stayed above the freezing mark for the most part today. So what was happening was a lot of times we were looking at the radar, we saw a big white blob. Well, that's the snow that the radar beam can see up in the air. By the time those flurries fell into the dry air, they kind of evaporated and didn't make it all the way to the ground in some cases. And what we're seeing here from Rockford to Goodwater, even just north of Montgomery, is a little bit of light rain that's mixing in as this entire weather system moves through. So the southern half had the rain, the northern part, a little bit of sleet and snow, and now it's pushing off from Anniston over into Georgia. I know the folks there are so excited to see yet more snow. 33 degrees, that's our current temperature. Still above freezing, 35 Tuscaloosa, 36 in Anniston, 38 down in Clanton. And there's enough wind to give us a wind chill. That's what you feel when you step outside. When I went out to take a couple of pictures just a couple of minutes ago as the snowflakes were falling here in Red Mountain, I said, boy, it really feels cold. That's because of that wind, making it feel like it's 21 in Hamilton, 26 Jasper, 30 Sylacauga, 27 in Brent. So it'll be a cold night tonight once the skies begin to clear. Our exclusive TitanCast computer model shows that. The snow and the rain move out, skies clear for a good part of the day tomorrow. We'll actually see some sunshine that will last for most of our Friday. And then Friday night, guess what? Clouds roll back in, and there could be a couple of sprinkles of rain. I think it should just stay rain, even though it will be another chilly night tomorrow night heading into Saturday. And Saturday looks good, too, and so does Sunday. So that's the good news. We'll finally start to thaw out a little bit, get a bit of sunshine. But don't get too comfortable, because next week we could be dealing with more rain and another possible flirtation with snow. 26 degrees for the overnight temperature. Getting colder. Again, there could be some locations where the snow is still falling that could lead to some icy spots and elevated roads. And we're talking about now northeast Alabama for the most part. And then for tomorrow, a slow thaw, some sunshine at last, 48 degrees for a high, a north breeze at 10 to 15 miles an hour. You know, I rate the next day's weather from 1 to 10. It's called the Norman number. Tomorrow, a nice rebound up to a 7. And as far as the weekend looks, as I said, pretty good. A little shot of rain tomorrow night. 56 for a high on Saturday with mostly sunny skies. Sunday looks good, too, with a high of 58, although the mornings will be a little bit chilly. And then as we head into next week, clouds return, chance of rain on Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday night going into Wednesday, that's what I'm kind of watching as a similar scenario to what we're dealing with now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but that's a couple of days away. Let's say bye-bye to the snow from today. It was nice to look at, and I can't wait for the sun to return.
Yeah, this